Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here talking about anime for some reason. But don't worry, much like my godforsaken ramblings, there is a point to talking about anime. What you're seeing in the background is the intro to an anime series that just wrapped up in the land of the rising sun, known as Punchline. And despite the absolute craziness of it, it's actually quite good. So here's the basic plot as conveyed by the first few minutes of Punchline. Yuta, a guy who lives with 4 lovely ladies in a group house, is on a bus with one of those ladies when they get hijacked, but then they're saved by Strange Juice, a strange superhero, and then a series of events occur in which Yuta sees his neighbor's Prinnies, and he gains a strange burst of power which lets him save the members of the bus, only to immediately be forced out of his own body by some strange force afterwards. And that's just a quarter of the crazy stuff that starts up this plot. You've got plenty of rogue elements at play. All the 4 neighbours have their own little elements of character to dig into, and there's plenty of relationship dynamics between them, and all sorts of plot elements show up, including robots, cinnamon, possession, panty shots, spirit cats, meteors, geomancy, yeah, don't even ask about that one. And that's not even including plot elements that are actually important to the story for the purpose of keeping it spoiler free. I watched this via perfectly legal means, and I enjoyed every single minute of it, even the fan service. So why the hell am I talking about all this anyway? Well, the main writer for the anime's name is Kotaro Uchikoshi, and despite him writing some rather embarrassing karaoke songs, he's also the guy who did the 3D modeling for the infamous PlayStation 1 game Pepsi Man. But for those of you who play on Vita, it might be more familiar if I started up this particular tune. Yup. Kotaro is also the head writer for the Zero Escape series, which started on Nintendo DS and has a second iteration on the Vita. The series is officially on hold currently, as the first 2 games apparently didn't sell very well at all in Japan, despite the critical acclaim of the West. Surprise, surprise, he's also the head writer for Punchline. But again, why am I talking about the anime? Well, there was a game announced recently for the Punchline series for PlayStation 4 and Vita, for those of you who didn't know. And despite the fact that this is the only screenshot available, yes, we do know more about the features of the game. Not only does it include almost double the content seen in the anime, but it also includes new endings. So for anyone who's been paying attention that actually enjoyed Kotaro's work, or Kotaro, whatever, you should be very interested right now. So what's the problem? Well, Punchline hasn't been picked up by any localizers yet, neither the anime or the game. This is disappointing on so many levels, because if more people knew that Kotaro Uchikoshi worked on this title, people would probably want to jump all over it. It's definitely one of his plots, with heaps of twists and turns that keep you wondering just what in the bloomin' hell is going on. The game also looks to be a faithful representation of the anime, so that players who want another Uchikoshi game, Zero Escape or otherwise, just might be able to help. The plan is simple, and involves a publisher that every Vita owner should be comfortable with at this point. NIS America. With their history of localizing both story-focused games such as Danganronpa, and frisky games such as Criminal Girls, and also being a publisher of different kinds of anime, they would be the most likely candidate for bringing over both the anime and the game. While other publishers like Xseed have brought over 5PB games before, 5PB being the publisher of Punchline's game, the best chance would probably be to try and draw NIS's attention to the anime and then get them to subsequently localize the game. So with that said, the plan has to unfold in 3 stages. The first stage is to draw NICE's attention to the Punchline anime and ask them to make the effort to localize it. This will take a fair amount of effort from many different communities. I imagine Operation Bluebird, the Facebook group asking for the continuation of Zero Escape, would be a good ally to have. Other than that, there's not much you can do but send tweets and use that wishlist thing NICE has on their website. Hence the following term, Prinnies for Punchlines. I'll tweet it nicer a few times, maybe a few other Vita sources, try and get some community engagement going here, but it won't help if all of you guys don't help as well. The second stage is that we buy Punchline, obviously, in good numbers to try and encourage the game's localization. Then the third stage is that we ask for the game and, well, hopefully we get the game. It'll be hard, but with enough people, hopefully it'll get done. So yeah, share this video around to communities that would want this to happen. I can't think of many off the top of my head, but maybe Xseed's community would like this to happen, Atlas, Axis, and we might just make it happen. Someone's free to give me a better name for this movement, but for now, it's Prinnies for Punchline. Oh, and one more thing. Mikatan, best girl.